Hey, good family and friends, how you doing? This is your man of business, Doc here, saying welcome back to another exciting episode of Inner Create Media. Today, we're going to talk about the difference in the mindset between the poor and the rich. The difference in the mindset between the poor and the rich. I'm going to share with you basically 12 differences, and yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into two videos. So this is the first 6 differences between the poor and the rich. So stand by until we come back with what those 6 differences are. When we look at the poor and the rich, the first difference that you'll notice, and this is something that, if in case you don't know, I wrote a book by the name of The Science of Making Money. The Science of Making Money. You can find it on Amazon. You can just take a look down below this same video right here, and you can see it. Take a look and go and purchase that book, The Science of Making Money by Doyle H. Roberts, your man Doc. So I just want to talk to you about money in terms of how the poor think versus how the rich think. The first thing is mindset. What we find is the mindset of the poor is completely different from the mindset of the rich. And you might be saying, but Doc, what do you mean the mindset? Well, basically how the poor looks at money and the way money is made is completely different from how the rich look at money and how money and success is made and valued. The first thing we look at in terms of the difference in mindset, the first point is the poor are quick to blame others and situations for their money and financial situation, while the rich take responsibility. The rich take responsibility. You can listen to the words that persons use, and their words will basically indict them. If you see that they're always blaming others for their situation, always blaming others for their financial plight, you know that that person has a poor poverty mindset. If you see an individual is with broad shoulders and is willing to take whatever comes with the decisions they make and the state that they're in, they're willing to take responsibility, that person has a rich mindset. The third thing that sets the rich apart from the poor is the poor like to spend money. The rich like to invest money. I'll say that again. The poor like to spend money and the rich like to invest money. And this is so significant when we look at what the outcomes of these individuals tend to be. Here it is, if you are just pushing money out and you're not getting monies back, the outcome is going to be that of poverty. So if you want to escape poverty, you need to look at ways that you can invest the monies that you're making, whether it is through salary or otherwise, and then basically invest those monies in different businesses and different opportunities that will bring you returns, predictable returns, and more than you put in. The fourth difference between the poor and the rich is the poor is happy with being ignorant, not knowing about money. The poor is happy in a place of ignorant bliss. Now you might say, Brother Roberts, you're being too hard. Come on, Doc, ease up. The next thing is, while the poor are happy in their ignorance of money and of manifesting, the rich study, the rich read, the rich research, the rich become masters of their field of money. They equip themselves with the mindset of money in terms of understanding how money is made and understanding the institutions of money and understanding the whys and the wherefores of money and the way that money can be improved to come into your world. The fifth thing in terms of what separates the poor from the rich is the poor tends to live in the past, the good old days, how things used to be, how the system used to be, how wealth used to be. The rich, on the other hand, they're always looking to the future. What is going to come? What is evolving into being? What is coming into being? Here it is. If you keep your mindset on the past, you're going to find that you're going to be grounded and anchored in the past. If you want to take on a rich mindset, you now need to become a futurist. You now need to become someone who looks to the future and sees the opportunities and the innovations that will come with the future. The sixth and next point that differentiates the poor from the rich. The sixth point is the poor is income driven while the rich is net worth driven. I'll say that again. The poor is income driven while the rich are net worth driven. Here it is, the poor is only concerned about what's my salary, what am I making, a job, just over broke. The rich is looking at what is my net worth. Am I a thousandaire? Am I a millionaire? Am I a multimillionaire? How can I improve my net worth? How can I improve my standing and status financially? Here it is. These are just the first 6 points in terms of differentiating between the poor and the rich. But I want to conclude this by saying this. You might be asking, what does this have to do with spirituality, Brother Roberts? It's simple. Here it is. You live in a three-dimensional realm. You are operating physically in this realm, and the reality is money is a part of this realm. I've met a lot of spiritual individuals on the path of spirituality, and they feel as though that money and manifesting has no bearing on them, and I'm here to say different. If you are to be effective spiritually in this world, one has to be aware of the rules and the laws of money and the vibration and the frequency of money. And most persons, they don't like to even examine the way they think about money. And the sad reality is, whatever your mindset is in relation and in regards to money, that is what you are going to manifest. I don't care if you are presently living in the ghetto or in a hovel or in a cardboard box. If you can change your mindset in relation to money and manifestation, you will be able to move yourself into that world that you see yourself in. A poor mindset in relation to money will bring about poor results. If you change the frequency and internal vibration in terms of how you perceive money, you will be able to change the outcome of manifestation. Here it is. My grandfather told me early on in life, the poor don't listen to the poor listen to the rich. The rich don't listen to the poor, the rich listen to the rich. So if you want to change the way you are moving about in this world, spiritually or otherwise, being rich makes it a whole lot easier. Being rich makes it a whole lot easier to circumvent the hills and the valleys in this thing called life. Here it is, I'll tell you again. If you want more information on money, check out my link down below to my book that is on Amazon. The book is called The Science of Making Money by Doyle H. Roberts. None other than yourself, Doc. That's my government name, by the way. So if you want to get more insight on money and how to make money and the science of money, purchase a copy of that book. It will change the way you perceive money. So this is me just bringing to an end the first 6 points on how the poor think versus how the rich think. In the next video, I'm going to bring you part 2 and the last 6 points about how the poor think versus how the rich think. The bottom line, is if you want to change your life, you just simply have to change your thinking. I know that sounds cliche and that sounds corny, but you are the manifestation of the accumulation of all of your thoughts. You are the manifestation of the vibration that you are flowing and moving in. You are the master of yourself. You cannot place mastery of yourself in the hands of another. You must take control of your life. You must take control of your being. You must take control of your consciousness. You must be the one to elevate yourself. You must be the one to elevate your thinking. And the only way that you can do that is to change your thinking. Elevate your thinking to a higher frequency and vibration. This is your man, Doc Said. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me run on about poverty versus the rich mindset. And stay tuned for part 2. Until then, like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Oh, before I forget, check out our online store, innercreed.com. Support me, support us. Thank you. Have a good one.